Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Today we are back in Pennsylvania. We are at the New Hope Fire Company in Mannheim. We're going to take a look at their tower today on a station rigs. Come join me. One of my hosts today is going to be Maggie. She's one of the firefighters here, and she's going to talk us through this truck and show us all the cabinets. Maggie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for inviting us out.
Yeah.
So let's tell the viewers what you have here. What is this truck?
So this is our 2001 American LaFrance. It has a mid-mount 93-foot tower ladder. We have a 300-gallon tank on it that can pump at 1750 gallons per minute.
Wow, that's awesome. So what do you have on the inside? Can you tell us how this works?
Yep, so this is our driver's seat. He gets us to and from calls. On his right-hand side, he has his controls to get into drive, reverse, neutral. Up above the center console, he has his lights and sirens. And on his right-hand side, he has a headset to talk to county or talk to the guys in the back.
Okay. Now, this is an automatic, but it's a push-button drive, right?
Yep, it is.
Is it air braked?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do you have to have a CDL in order to drive this?
No, you do not.
All right. So have you driven this?
I have not.
You have not, but you're learning how, right?
I'm learning.
All right. So you are considered one of the truckies here. You like to ride on this truck.
Yep, this is my piece.
All right. So can you show me around the cabinets?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
So back here, we have a 4-seater.
Okay. And what do you got back here?
On the driver's side, we have an extra mask with an extra radio. There's some gloves just in case. And each seat has a Scott pack for each member.
Okay. I noticed you have headsets too. Why do you use headsets?
So with the headsets, when we're going to calls, the sirens can get a little loud, so it's easier for us to talk back and forth, see who's doing what on the job, who's grabbing what tools.
Okay, that makes it easy. That way you don't have to scream and yell at each other. So as we work our way around, this is a mid-mount.
Yep.
Can we go up in this a little bit later?
We can.
All right. Back here is your pump panel?
Yep, this is our pump panel for the driver.
Okay, how does this work? Do you know how
I do not know.
Okay.
I've never got to the pump panel yet.
Okay. So this is your pump panel.
Yep.
And it's all color coordinated. Do those go specifically with hoses?
Yes. So number 1 cross lay is going to be off the officer side. It's a 200-foot Minuteman. And then we have a number 2 cross lay, which is a 200-foot Minuteman that comes off the driver's side.
Okay. Okay. And then as we work our way around, what do you got in the cabinets?
So on each side we have, this is for the outriggers for when it needs to get short jacked.
Okay.
So each side has one for the driver.
Okay.
First compartment here, we have a rotary saw and 2 cutter's edge, and then we have some extra blades in the back.
Okay. Now what are the saws used for on a truck?
Venting, roofs, or just cutting trees out of the way when going up.
Okay, so you cut trees, you cut roofs. It goes through shingles and stuff like that?
It can.
Okay. That's pretty strong blades. Do you change those blades often, or?
Yes, they have to get changed often.
Okay.
Or by the code rule with the blade teeth.
Okay. And what else we got in here?
So in here we just have extra bottles for the packs.
Air cylinders, yeah. That's a good way to use extra storage. You know, on that arch that's an extra space, you know, instead of just letting it be there.
Or sitting in a compartment.
Right, right.
Has its own little area.
Yeah.
In this compartment right here, this is our search compartment. We have large area search bags. We have the hook offs when you need to go down a separate aisle, but you still need to be attached to the main line.
Okay.
So this is what all this is for.
So it's not necessarily a rope rescue as far as doing vertical. This is actually doing a search of a large area.
Yes, we use these for large area search, like a warehouse.
Okay.
We'll have one person on the main line, and then the people behind him can attach and go off.
Why do you do it? Why would you attach like that? What's the point of that?
So if you get lost, you can follow the rope back to the main line.
Okay. And how would you get lost?
In a dark building that's full of smoke, it can get easily. You can easily get lost.
So using a line, basically it's a safety line.
Yeah, and each large area rope bag, at every 10 feet, it will have a knot for 10, 2 for 20, 3 for 30.
Okay.
So you know how far you're getting in, so you can kind of work off your bottle.
Right, okay. That's a good way to think about it. You can actually feel it rather than see it.
Yes.
Okay.
This compartment right here, we have our chimney kit, we have a extra hose reel, we have some tarps that need to lay down just in case for tools, and we have a fan.
What's in a chimney kit?
A chimney kit? I can pull it out for you if you like.
Yeah.
Chimney Kit, you have a shovel. When you need to go down, you have a mirror. So if someone's at the bottom, they could put this up and see what's going on instead of putting their head through. There's some tarps to lay down.
Okay. Do you have the chain that knocks all the stuff off as it goes down and then clean it?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool to have. Now, the aluminum can, that's because there could be hot embers, right? Okay. Rather than a plastic thing that could melt.
Yes.
Okay. And the tarps are to keep the houses clean, right?
So we can try and not make too much of a mess for the people.
Okay. Now, do every houses have chimneys?
Not every house.
Okay. So this is more of the wood burning fire?
Yes.
Not necessarily gas, because I see the smokestacks on every house, but you don't clean those things. You just do actual fireplaces.
Yes, just in case like we don't want it to go up through and it get too hot.
Okay. And this is a large fan.
Yes.
Is that considered a smoke ejector or a pressure fan?
Smoke injector.
Okay. All right. Very nice. All right. We work our way around. You have a bucket. So this is considered more of a truck rather than a tower or a ladder, right? Okay. Yeah.
So in this compartment we have, if members don't have what we call a truck belt yet, we have some extra ones in here.
Okay.
And here is the controls for the driver to put out the outriggers.
Oh, okay.
So he can walk around each side, see what's going on, but still be attached to what he's doing.
Is that the same kind of controls that were up front?
Yes.
Okay.
Back here we have our ladder tunnel.
Oh, wow. Look at all those ladders. Nice and labeled.
Yep. So in our ladder tunnel, we have a 10-foot attic ladder, we have a 12-foot, a 14-foot ladder, we have a 24 extension, a 16-foot ladder, and then a 35 two-part extension.
Okay. What's the difference between a regular ladder and versus an attic ladder?
An attic ladder can be folded down so you can get it through a crawl space if needed.
Okay.
And then we also have a little giant and some hooks back here.
Okay. The little giant is the one that goes in multiple things, so you can go up and down stairs, right? You have some pipe poles too?
Yep.
Okay. And down here, what's this?
Down below, we have a light, we have our picket system, we have some shovels, and we have some cribbing.
Okay. So what would you need shovels for?
So with the shovels, we'll take them to the roof with us to clean debris off when we cut, just to help get stuff out of our way.
Okay. Okay. So you would kind of get the shingles out of the way if you need to. That way you can cut through, you know where you're cutting.
Yes.
Maybe not hit a joist. Okay. And this is supply line?
Nope, this is 5-inch hydrant line to connect to a hydrant to the truck.
Okay. All right. And we work our way around here. So how long is this truck?
So our truck is 47 feet long.
Okay. Do you have difficulties getting down most of your roadways here, or can this fit where
down
you need
back alleys? It might take a 2-point turn.
Okay.
But Main Street, we are good to go down.
Awesome. And how long is your your tower?
It's a 93-foot ladder.
Okay. Do you have a lot of industrial places in your coverage area that you need to have this kind of thing?
Iffy, more on like the outskirts, yes, but in town it's more of like residential houses.
Okay. Are you more, traditional family style homes where you have multiple levels, or do you have a lot of ranchers? What do you have in your
We have a lot of multiple family homes with different levels.
Okay. Okay. Well, it makes sense to have something like this.
Yep.
All right. What do we got here?
So coming back, this compartment, we just have some extra cones, lighting. We have some hydrant wrenches if needed.
Okay.
So in this one, we have all our extinguishers. They are nicely labeled. We have 2 ABC, 2 water cans, and 1 CO.
Okay.
Also on the bottom, we have a gas-powered and an electric-powered fan.
Okay. So 1 smoke ejector, 1 positive pressure.
Yes.
Now, what's the difference between an A, B, and C fire extinguisher?
So there's different classes. There's A, B, C, D, and K. Our ABCs can be used for wood, liquid, or combustible materials.
Okay.
D is metals, and then K would be like more of a kitchen fire for grease.
Okay.
Water can, they are 2 gallons, pressured water cans.
Right. It's nice to have all kinds of them.
Yes.
Because you don't know what you're going to get when you get into a fire. You can have metal on a car fire. You can have wood at a house, but you also could do maybe a brush fire.
Yes. So in these 2 compartments right here, this is one big compartment.
Oh, okay.
These are all our hooks.
Nice. Okay.
Different hooks for different purposes. There's drywall hooks, there's multi-purpose hooks, we have some New York hooks, and then we have some marriages down by you.
Okay. Okay, so this is the working side of the truck.
Yes.
This is where you're going to get off. You're going to use these things to pull things down, open things up, break windows.
Yep.
That's what this is for. I love that you labeled each one of them. It's very easy for someone to see what you need on all purpose.
And know where to put it right back.
Right now, yeah. And clearly mounted. It's not knocking around inside a cabinet as you're driving down the road.
Yep.
So very pretty. All right. Again, these little things are just more air bottles or air cylinders.
That is correct.
Okay.
So like I said, on the driver's side, we have the short jack for the outriggers on this side too.
Okay.
Just because if it's short jack, you can't use the portable outrigger system.
Gotcha. Okay. And these are the cross lays that we were talking about.
Yep.
So that's the yellow and the orange.
Yep. One goes off officer side, one goes off driver side.
Very cool.
In here, this is my favorite cabinet. This is the forcible entry.
Ah.
In here, we have some sledgehammers, we have bolt cutters, we have a battering ram, and we have a hydro ram.
Okay.
And then we have some more little tools like an officer tool or a K tool.
Okay. And do you have a lockout kit for maybe an elevator
That
too?
is on the driver's side.
All right. Yeah, this is the fun stuff.
Yes. And in here, we have water rescue, extra lights, more reel for electrical, just in case you need to take the fan off.
Okay. Why do you have water rescue stuff on a tower?
So Mannheim, we flood pretty easy, so all our pieces have some water rescue just in case.
Okay. Okay. So you don't have a boat though. So you
do not.
So you use that rope, you use safety vests to go out and get somebody that might be stuck in the water. Okay, that makes sense. That's thinking outside the box. When you think of traditional truck, I'm not thinking any kind of water rescues at all.
Depends on the area you live in.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
So on the officer side of the cab, we have our RIP pack.
Okay.
For a downed firefighter or a victim, we bring that in. It has a cylinder on it and it has a spare face piece.
Okay. What does RIT stand for?
Rapid Intervention Team.
Okay. And do they do fight fires too, or are they there for a specific job?
They are there for a specific job. It's more of a 3-person team. 2 people are masked up at all times, ready to go in, just in case there's an emergency or a Mayday call.
Okay. Okay. It's good to have.
Yes.
So, do you do a lot of mutual aid calls that you become the RIT?
We do.
Okay. And we're back up to the passenger seat here. This is the captain's chair, right?
Yes, this is our officer seat. Our officer seat, they have a tick, they have a flashlight, and then on all our pieces now, we have a PA predetermined arriving guideline.
Okay. Is that what the MDCs or the tablets used for?
No, that is used for I am responding or used for CAD to see notes going on when you're going to a call. You can see all the new updates and see what you're going to do when you get there.
What's the safety deposit box?
That is a notch box. If we go to an industrial building, they have a box on the outside that has a key for us to get in to set off an alarm if someone can't get there.
Okay.
So officers or chiefs will have a passcode to get in so they can get the main key to turn it off.
Then you don't get to break things down.
No, you don't get to break things down. That makes it easier.
Awesome. This is an absolutely beautiful truck. What year was it again?
A 2001 American LaFrance LTI.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with the fire company?
I've been with the fire department now for a little over 2 years.
Okay. What got you into the fire department?
So my family members are cops. So I grew up in the first responder family, and I just love the thought of helping people on their worst days or trying to make it a little better for them.
You know, it's unusual for us so far to see a lot of females. I really appreciate the females joining the fire service. You guys are just as much valuable as anybody else. So I'm glad you're able to do this. What got you into this department?
I lived in Mannheim my whole life. I know the area. I loved growing up. You always knew if something was going wrong, you had someone coming for you.
Okay.
So knowing that you get to be the person that's going makes me feel a little better.
Okay. If there are other people that are watching right now and they want to join the fire company, how would they go about doing that?
So they can come down and get an application. They can fill it out and it gets sent to our membership secretary.
Okay.
And she'll look over that. I am the membership secretary, so I'll look over it. I'll bring you up at our company meeting and we'll vote you in from there.
Okay. Do I have to have a pre-education? Do I need to be a fire?
You do not. You can come into the fire department knowing nothing and we'll train you. We'll get you to know where you're going, what you're doing.
Okay. Are there age requirements for anybody?
So we have juniors that are 14 to, when they turn 18, they'll get put into probationary.
Okay.
But our juniors start at 14. When you're 18, you get put in probationary, and then that goes on from there.
Awesome. Now this is absolutely beautiful. Thank you for showing us around.
Thank you for coming.
Hopefully we got a pretty good view of what's going on. Can we play with this and actually?
We can play with this.
Oh, awesome. Teach us how to do this.
I will.
All right. So Maggie, you're going to show us how to use this truck, right?
I am.
But we also have somebody else that's going to be joining us.
Yep.
What's his name?
So today we have Assistant Chief 26-1 with us today. His name is Don Caprice.
Okay. And what's he going to do for us?
He's going to get the outriggers out to help stabilize the truck when we're using the bucket and the ladder.
Okay. Can I go up in the bucket?
Yes, you can.
All right, let's do this. Can you talk us through what he's doing?
Yep, so he's gonna start putting the outriggers out.
Why is he stepping away from the...
So he can see where they're going. He also can get a better angle of the front ones going down.
Okay.
In the front of the truck. He can see how farther out they're going and where he needs to stop.
So he can go from side to side from one control panel.
But if he was short jacking, like I showed you before, he would have to stand on, he would have to walk back and forth and use the side ones.
Okay. What do you mean by short jacking?
So short jacking is when the outriggers can't fully go out all the way and they have to stop at a certain point to like, say there's a hill or there's some rocks.
Okay. What's the point of the outriggers?
To help stabilize the truck. When you go up in the ladder, it can get kind of windy. If it's windy, the ladder's hard to move around. Okay. So it helps stabilize it so it's in one place so it's not as jumpy for the truck.
Okay. About how many people does it take to actually put this thing up?
2 to 3.
2 to 3?
Yep.
Is that usually what you get out on the truck when you respond to calls?
Good days.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to go up in this. So do we actually put it up first and then climb it, or do we ride in the bucket?
We can start in the bucket and go up, but also if, like say we're down some members, the driver can actually work it from the turntable and can set it up all his own and use our automatic nozzle.
Can you control that bucket from up there, or is it all done from the turntable?
It's done both ways actually.
Okay.
If there isn't anyone in the bucket, the operator on the turntable can control it, but if there's people in the bucket, they can control it from the top.
Okay. All right. Looks like he's done. The noise is kind of cut down a little bit.
Yep.
Are we able to climb up in?
We are.
Is there any safety gear that I need?
So usually we have hooks up in the bucket to keep you like safe. If you fall, you're hooked in.
Okay, so we're safe. We're ready to go.
Here we are.
Okay, is this a pulley kind of thing?
Yes. So if you need to go out on a roof to help cut, you're still locked into the bucket.
Okay.
It can go over.
Okay. Is there any point where you would come unbuckled?
If you need to make, like if you're going down a parapet onto a roof, then you have to come unbuckled.
Okay, but for the most part, once you're in the bucket, you stay buckled in and you run from there. Okay, I'm ready to go up when you are.
Yep, so when we go up, we talk to our operator down there. We have a mic up here that goes down to him, that's on at all times, and he has one that connects to us. So we go, power?
Yeah, power.
Okay, so we're gonna start going up.
Kind of bouncy.
Yep, when you get the hang of it, you know how to work it.
Okay.
But when you're first flying, it is kind of bouncy.
Okay. I noticed you have a ladder and a couple tools on the...
We have a 14-foot roof ladder that also can work with our parapet.
Okay.
And then we have 10-foot hooks.
Okay. And what's a roof ladder versus a regular extension ladder?
A roof ladder, at the top of them, they have some hooks that hook into the roof so it's stable.
Okay.
So we're going to start extending.
Okay. Is there a certain angle it has to be at to extend, or can you pick whatever angle you need?
You can pick whatever angle you need. Like if you have to go over the front of the cab, that's when you have to start watching your angles.
Okay. Do you normally work off the back of the truck, or the side of the truck, or to the front?
The sides and the back. We try to never go over the cab.
Okay.
Just because then it obstructs the kind of angle you can have.
Okay. It's actually pretty quick. I was expecting it to be much slower.
So this is our normal speed. We can put it into high idle, and then it can go kind of faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even at the slow speed, it was moving up pretty quick. So I bet we're 100 feet off the ground already. It feels like.
Yeah, we're at 40 degrees on the side. It shows you what degree you're at.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to go left, right, up.
Yeah. Can you move it once you're up, or do you usually set it and then forget it?
So you can do what's needed. If you're more of a barn fire, it's set it and forget it. But if you're doing more of a
rescue?
Yeah, more of a rescue, then you have to kind of work the angles to get it down to where you need.
Okay.
So
do you normally use this also as a rescue? Like maybe I got to go to that building over there, a second floor window. Is that what
if needed, yes.
Okay.
If there's no any other way, that's when we need it.
Would you prefer a bucket over ladders for kind of rescue?
I would prefer a bucket, just because when you get them in, you know that they're not going anywhere, that they don't have to climb down.
Okay.
They can just wait.
Can you show us how these work? You said these are manual.
Yep, so this is our automatic. You can change the stream. It goes from straight stream to a fog pattern.
Okay.
You can go right, left, up and down.
Okay.
For this one, you would have to stay more down. This is to open and close it. This is to go left and right. And this is to go up and down.
Okay. And how does it flow water? Do you have to now talk to our guy down at the bottom to get the water to flow?
Yes.
Okay.
We would.
And do you have to hook up to a hydrant to flow water?
We do not. We can have a tanker hooked up to a tanker like it's nursing us, or a porta tank, or an engine.
Okay, but this also has a little bit of water on it.
Yep, 300 gallons.
Wow. But 300 gallons goes through pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yes. Also, with our truck, we can hook up to a hydrant.
Okay.
We do have a pump on here that we can hook up to a hydrant and flow water off of that.
Okay.
Rarely used, but it's good to have some days just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we move it a little bit?
Yep. So we're gonna go right. So when you're extended and you're up, you have to watch where you're going, like watch how fast you're going. It can get kind of bouncy.
Yeah.
You can go up, down. You can extend and go up and down all at the same time.
Okay. So it's pretty much learning how to use the joysticks, almost like a video game.
Yes.
Once you get used to playing with the joysticks, you can
you know the certain touches.
Right.
So I'm gonna go back up. We'll go back.
So when you get up here, you could be up here for a couple hours fighting a barn fire or something like that. And do you have extra air up here, or do you have to keep changing out your air cylinders?
Up here, you can connect to our tank.
Okay.
So if you run out, you can either go back down and get a new tank, or you can hook up into here. And this bucket right here, you have some extra hose to hook up to extend more.
Okay.
Just
so it gives you a little bit more freedom.
Yes.
Okay.
And then if ever needed, on this side we have 50-foot section of hose.
Okay.
That's connected, just in case if you're on a roof, you can pull that off if there's no way to get water down.
So the ladder itself, the yellow tanks that I see down there, those are the ones that have the extra air. So that's going to last a lot longer than what I could carry on my back.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely awesome. I notice on the floor too, you have lights. What are those for?
So at night, it's easier for us to see. We have lights up here, that we can see the controls, we can see where we're walking. Just because we have some extra tools in here, we have a Halligan and an axe on the side, so you can see what we're grabbing. If we're getting closer to the edge, it also can help us see how close we are to a roof.
Right. Do you have lights going up and down the ladder too?
We do not.
Do not. Okay. We just did one recently up at Ralph Compartment. They have a newer one that they did red, white, and blue lights going.
That's cool.
So, I also noticed there's it looks like a water going right through the floor here.
Yep. So if we get overpressurized, the bottom will open to let some of the pressurized water out.
Okay.
So it becomes like a big sprinkler head.
Yeah.
And it'll get the people underneath us. If they're there, it'll get them soaked.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to try to give a view of all the viewers here of where we're at.
Good.
So we're up on top of a roof. It'd be very easy just to kind of step off and see what's on top of the roof here. Was it intimidating for you to come out and start volunteering at a park?
It was. When I first joined, there was one other female running calls, so I had kind of her to talk to. But it is kind of intimidating because I can't do some stuff some of the bigger guys can do or lift. But I tell them to treat me as like I'm them. I don't want any special privileges just because it makes me feel like I can't do the work.
Right.
But
well, in your size, you're kind of shorter.
Yep.
Like I said, we need those kind of size people too.
Yes.
So there's things that the bigger guys can't do. I'm on the bigger side. There's things that I can't fit into that I'm going to have to ask you to do. So it's a great partnership. I really appreciate that you're coming out and doing that.
Thank you.
And that the intimidation factor of the tradition of male firefighters, that needs to go away. We really need to invite.
After a while, you get kind of used to it. You don't get used to being the only female, but you know how to do the work. You know what you're doing, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to do the same work that they're doing, and I know I can do the work that they're doing. If you're a female and you want to join the fire service, do it. Don't let the guy stop you. Don't let what they're doing or what they're saying to you stop you from doing what you love.
Maggie, thank you so much for showing us how to do this
Thank you for
truck.
coming down.
I really appreciate it. Hopefully everybody learned a lot of stuff. Is there anything else that you would want to tell the viewers about your service?
If you're in the fire service, never stop training. You learn more every day, whether you've been in the service for a year or a couple years. You always learn more and you never stop like experiencing.
All right. Thank you for inviting us out. It's an absolutely beautiful truck.
No problem.
So,
We loved having you.
All right. Once again, this is Heroes Next Door. We did a station rigs at Mannheim with the Hope Fire Company. Thank you all for watching. But before we end, do us a favor, hit that notification, hit that subscribe so we can keep bringing you more. We'll see you again next week.